everybody, and welcome to a bedtime story with me. And I don't think Harry will sit still, so I think I'm going to put him away for now because he usually gets a bit silly. So we'll put him over there. Okay, so I hope you're all okay, and I'm missing you a lot. I'm actually not in my own house, I'm at my dad's flat, so I had to have a little rummage around for something to read and found some of my old books when I was little, and I actually found this book that I used to read called Bedtime Stories, and it's a Walker book. So there's lots of different stories in here, so I'm going to read you a few. So let's look at the first one. Oh, look, a little tiger. So here's the contents page with all the different stories that you can read. So I'm going to read Horatio's Bed. Let me get a bit closer. Horatio's Bed by Camilla Ashford. All night Horatio could not sleep. He tossed and turned and wriggled and rolled, but he just could not get comfortable. I'll go and ask James what's the matter, he thought. James was busy drawing. Horatio sat down. I couldn't sleep all night, he said. Is it your bed? Asked James. I haven't got a bed, Horatio said. Then let's make you one, said James. James took a clean sheet of paper from his useful box and very carefully drew a bed for Horatio. It was a big square bed with a leg at each corner. Then he took another sheet of paper and drew another bed for Horatio. This one was a big square bed with a leg at each corner too. Horatio was very excited. He took one of James's drawings and tried to fold it into a bed. Then he climbed inside and closed his eyes. It wasn't very comfortable. And when Horatio rolled over, rip! James looked up. That bed looks too hard to sleep on, he said, and carried on with his drawing. Horatio thought for a moment. Then he pulled some feathers out of James's pillows and made a big square bed with them. But when he lay it on the feathers, tickled his nose. Achoo! 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 He sneezed and sneezed. James put down his pencil and blew away the feathers. James sat Horatio down on his useful box. You wait here a minute. Oh, there's his useful box. While I just finish drawing your bed. He had already drawn 5 square beds and was getting rather good at them. But when James turned away, Horatio slipped down from the useful box. He wanted to see what James kept inside. He made some steps up to the lid. He pushed it open and leaned in. There were all sorts of things. Buttons, brushes, keys, clothes, pegs, clock wheels, clips, and little bits of string. Horatio looked for a bed. He couldn't find anything that looked like James's drawings, but he did find a big red sock. Look, James, he cried. I found your other sock. James did not seem very pleased, and he didn't like anyone looking in his useful box, not even Horatio. Very quietly and carefully he started to put away his useful bits, and when he'd finished, he closed the lid and looked for Horatio. Now we can make you a bed, he said, but there was no need because Horatio was fast asleep. His bed was not square, and it didn't have a leg at each corner, but for little Horatio, it was just right. And that's the end of that story. There's another lovely one here. And it's called What is the Sun? By Reeve Lindbergh and illustrated by Stephen Lambert. What is the sun? The sun is a star. Is the sun near? No, it is far. What does it do? It sends light down to you. More like my lamp, only higher. More like a big fire. Can I see it at night? No, you see the moonlight. Is the moon a star? Not a star, just a place. Why does it smile? It looks like a face. Sometimes thin, sometimes fat. Yes, the moon is just like that. Does it shine in the day? No, it fades away. What else does it do? It pulls the tides too. What are the tides? The whole moving sea. With fish and the whales? Yes, definitely. Where do tides go? Up and down, ebb and flow. On the beach where I play? Up and down, night and dry. Tides go out and go in, like your breath and the wind. And that's the end. I hope you're nice and sleepy now for your bedtime, and hope to hear from you soon.